Welcome back to another episode of the Late Night Brew, where we talk the brews first, then get to the business second. My name is Rob Buktenica, otherwise known as Buck, because no one can pronounce it without me telling them how. Then today on the show, we have a Mr. Mike Gray, spelled like the color, although he hates Crayola because of that. That's a different story. That's a different episode for sure. And we're talking UXaaS as a service. But first, tonight, Mike, what are you drinking?
I am drinking a Tripel by a local brewery known as TF Brewing. This is a beautiful, light, actually very light, flavorful Tripel. Really enjoying it and happy to help support our local breweries while they're somewhat shut down, but at least you can pick up cans.
Always important. I've got myself a local brew as well from Scottsdale Brew Co. It is a very, very nice Hefeweizen. Gotta love my wheat beers. It's a easy drinking. As it gets hotter, it just goes down smoother.
Absolutely.
Cheers. So, UXaaS as a service. What is that all about?
Well, so it's actually user experience as a service. Now we've kind of decided and settled on UXaaS because walking around and saying user experience as a service can get quite lengthy. Yes, try saying that 3 times fast under your breath. User experience as a service. So UXaaS is what we've settled on. UXaaS, that said, user experience as a service we think is really one of the big avenues that IT departments across the world can narrow in on and really dive into and improve, as we said, the user experience. For so long, a lot of people haven't had visibility into what the users are actually feeling, what the users are actually seeing. Your
other than them reporting, and that always is a little subjective.
Right, exactly. And you have these users report slowness, and you're looking at your traditional monitoring tool, and you're going, well, all my servers are up. The CPU looks good on all my servers. What could possibly be wrong, right? A lot of people, that's the traditional modeling, and that's their traditional. Now you have to dive into that troubleshooting really quite blind. So that's where user experience as a service starts, or user experience model really starts making sense. Is now not only are my servers are up, right? We're past that. That's right. Basic IT 101. Now, what are my users feeling? How are my users using the system? And where are my weak points or not around that?
So how does it do that? What latches on?
Yeah, so it's as all of these things, there's a tool involved, right? For user experience, there has to be something to measure. But a lot of what our secret sauce is with user experience is a wide net of understanding all the systems that users are touching. For example, Citrix as an infrastructure as a whole, you can't just look at Citrix and Citrix alone. Citrix is supported by Active Directory. There's file servers. There's profile servers. There's hypervisors.
It's all meshed.
There's storage behind it. So while you can say, well, Citrix is not at fault because Citrix is running well, you can have a user saying, hey, you know what, your Citrix is not running well. All because of a SQL server over in your other data centers running slow. Nothing to do with Citrix at all, right? That's the key.
So the tool, what do customers have to do with that?
Yeah, and one of the reasons that's an excellent point. So user experience is a service. The key there is as a service. So is there a tool? Yes, absolutely. And world-class tools here. We use a variety. We'd be happy to share that with you if you take it with us offline. We're not afraid to tell you what tool it is. But the key is not to focus on the tool. We do use tools. And then the key is the service portion. And that's really where it's key. So many companies drop in, they perceive a need. They can contract it out or do it themselves, drop in a tool into the environment. They spend a ton of money on licensing, deployment, troubleshooting, get it installed, and then they get just destroyed with 10,000 alerts in their inbox.
Yeah.
Nobody has really time to learn. Nobody has time to use the tool.
Too much noise. Yeah.
Exactly. And what you end up happening is you've spent $10,000 or $100,000. You've got this amazing piece of kit, and it's not being used. Right? You're just simply, you don't have time. You're doing your job. You're pushing laptops. You're doing whatever you do. There's no time to learn this tool or use it, and inevitably interest falls off, and essentially you've kind of wasted the money, right?
Right.
So yeah, so the key with us is there's a tool, we deploy the tool, we maintain the tool, and more importantly for the average IT department, we use the tool and we actually will tell you what's going on, right? That's the service. Is we have guys who already know how to use the system, who already know how to use the tool. We're able to dive in quickly. In our reporting tier, we're able to give you a quarterly report on what's happening in the system.
Right.
We're available for troubleshooting if you need help with, hey, something's not right here. We're able to manipulate the tool, use the tool, and help you understand the root cause, as opposed to you just going out buying a tool and hopefully learning to use it.
Right. So it really is it's not a bolt it on and forget it in 6 months because people can't be bothered to. It's you are bringing in not just a tool, you're bringing in really extra people who are using the tool, but you don't have to worry about it yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And part of our model is 24 hours a day, follow the sun. We have engineers in multiple continents. We're able to watch that environment throughout the night, throughout the day while you're sleeping, and then use the tool effectively, alert effectively, contact you however you'd like to be contacted, wake you up at 2 a.m., happy to do it. You want an email in your inbox the next morning, happy to do that too. Really up to you. But again, the key is we'll filter the noise, we'll discern the root cause, and you get basically the delivery in your inbox, ready to go and ready to action.
So with the report, that is how often does that come through? I mean, obviously we're talking about noise and a lot of extra stuff that you just can't pay attention to. I mean, another report is potential noise.
Oh, and absolutely, you're absolutely right. So, and many of these tools will spit out a automated report on demand. You press the button, out comes 180 pages, and good luck.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
That's what you have. Yeah. So no, so as part of our service, we'll provide a quarterly or bi-yearly, depending, curated an engineered report. So one of our engineers will sit down, interpret the data, and give you kind of a story of what's happened in your environment over the last three or quarterly or half year. It's a very, very heavy duty report. It is not automatically generated. There's usually, up to 40 hours of engineering time goes into these reports to generate all the graphs and all the root cause analysis. And then what happens is we're happy to have a multiple hour session. We'll have a report presentation, and that can be with the C-suite, that can be with the CIO, all the way down to your help desk, however you want to position it. And we'll go through what we've seen in the last reporting session. Here's the root causes, and really walk you through it.
Yeah.
The other important thing is we'll also provide recommendations. And again, this is long term, right? Hey, over the last 3 months, we've seen that. We'll provide you recommendations on actions to take long term to help improve your user experience. And then the next report, we'll revisit that and say, hey, we recommended you do X, Y, Z. You've done X, Y. Here's the result. And maybe we have Z, and maybe we have some new stuff to work on in the next couple months. And that really helps drive your priorities over the next months, again, to help improve your user experience.
Right. And reaction is great. I mean, everyone, there's, even in my world of what I do, there's plenty of reactive reports. Is there anything that can be offered to be more proactive, to tackle things before even the users are aware that there's a problem?
Oh, yeah, excellent. Absolutely. So we have a variety of methods around that. We do have a reporting only service. We also have a proactive service. So,
Oh,
yeah, what we've just
yeah.
described has been reactive. Our proactive service is excellent. So we use a variety of methods. We can take alerts from these products and process them in our ticketing systems.
Right.
So when we do see an alert come in, again, we have 24 hours eyes on dashboards and on views. We'll process the tickets. We'll investigate what's happened. And even if it's just a couple users having an issue, we'll be able to ascertain if there's a wider issue and then let you, as the admin, know, say, hey, there is potentially a wider issue happening here. We've gotten a couple reports.
Right.
From the right, and the benefit there is you're not waiting for the users to call you. We're able to see it on the other end. We also use a synthetic user, a logon simulation
Really?
to help us with this. Yeah. So what we can do, it's pretty cool. Depending on the product you're using, if you're using VDI or Citrix or even a web app, we can actually simulate that with a synthetic user. And it's pretty interesting. If you watch it on a desktop computer on a screen, if you would, you can watch the mouse move, and that mouse will move around and click things. And in a Citrix environment, for example, that user will launch a Chrome session, will load your NetScaler gateway, authenticate through NetScaler gateway, enumerate your applications, be that a published app or a published desktop or a VDI, a Zen desktop,
Oh, yeah.
and then launch it and record every step of the way and time every step of the way. And
How often does that run? I mean, that's a pretty involved process.
absolutely, it's totally configurable. We typically run once every 30 minutes, once an hour,
Okay.
and the goal here is at 2 a.m. when you're asleep and all your servers are still up in your reporting tool, we're able to actually simulate one of your users logging in and say, yes, not only is the environment up, it's green on your boards, but the user can actually get to their apps, right?
Yeah.
And if not, we open a ticket and investigate.
And that's the 24/7. Someone will be investigating it by the time I wake up to see the fact that there might be an alert.
Absolutely, right. And it's every admin's concern, right? You wake up, you check your phone, and you go, "Oh no!" Right? My users haven't been able to log in this morning. It's 7 a.m. But it's likely that issue happened at 2 a.m. Right? For
Yeah.
reboots or whatever happened, and our synthetic user will be picking that up while your users are all sleeping. We'll get the ticket, we'll resolve the issue in some cases, contact you if not, and you're able to fix that before your people are even out of bed. They had no idea there was something wrong.
Ah, that is awesome. Well, that is a heck of a tool and service, to be honest. I who can argue with a problem being solved before you even wake up? I mean, that's just the best. So, thank you, Mike. I appreciate your time, your knowledge, and
Absolutely.
your drink choice. It's always good to add another beer to the list.
Absolutely. TF Brewing, they're Tripel. Give it a shot. It's phenomenal.
Will do. Well, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. Hopefully, you will be getting more questions relating to this because this sounds like a great service. All of the information will be below, and you know how to reach us, you know how to contact us, and I'm looking forward to it. Thank you very much.
Happy to answer any questions that you ever have. So feel free to reach out. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Have a good night.